In this episode, you will witness the world after the long night. The living struggle to survive, while the dead continue to move. Old enemies face a greater threat, and fear forces unlikely choices. Winter tightens its grip, and the war for survival truly begins. Long ago, when the world still lived under the weight of the long night, darkness ruled both sky and earth. The cold was so deep it felt alive. The snow did not fall in flakes, but in ash-like layers. Breath froze in the lungs, steel cracked from frost, and fire trembled as if afraid to burn. It was in this endless night that the others first appeared. They moved quietly, as if the darkness itself had taken form. Their steps left no trace. Their presence killed the warmth in the air, and where they walked, the earth froze with sharp cracks. The living world had little hope, but the living were not alone. After the last hero found the children of the forest, something happened that had not happened for thousands of years. A union of all who still breathed. The first men came with bronze blades and heavy shields. The giants marched with stone clubs in their hands. The mammoths roared behind them, their breath forming clouds of ice. The dire wolves prowled at the edges of the camp, silent and watchful. And the children of the forest stood closest to the trees, their glowing eyes filled with ancient sorrow. It was not an army. It was a gathering of survivors. And ahead of them marched an army of the dead. The first great clash happened on a hill later called Silver Hill, not because of glory, but because the frost that covered the ground shone like metal. The battle began in silence. First, the wind died, then the world quieted, and then the silence ended. The dead rose from beneath the snow, fallen soldiers, hunters, villagers. They moved without voices, but with a single sound, the scraping of ice and bone. The first men held the line, striking down the dead with bronze that cracked in the cold. Giants smashed entire groups of corpses with one swing. Mammoths charged, shaking the earth. But the others moved among the chaos like masters of the night. Their blades froze shields on contact. Their presence dimmed every flame. When one giant came too close, another reached out with a single motion, and frost swallowed him whole. When he rose again, his eyes shone blue. He was no longer alive. The living began to fall back, and then the children of the forest stepped forward. They did not charge. They did not shout. They began to sing. High, sharp voices like the breaking of thin ice. Their song spread into the earth, and the earth answered. Roots stirred beneath the snow. Branches shifted overhead. The forest itself rose to slow the dead, not to destroy them all. No one could destroy them all, but to buy time. The others pressed forward, freezing ground and air alike, but the roots tangled the dead and held them long enough for the living to regroup. The battle lasted until the faintest glow touched the horizon. Then the others turned away, not defeated, simply withdrawn. The living had survived a single night, but they knew the next night would be worse. The last hero, now the bridge between all peoples, stood at the council that followed. The leaders of the first men spoke of exhaustion and breaking weapons. The giants spoke of how the earth could endure more than humans, and the elder child of the forest listened silently before saying the words no one wanted to hear. They will come again, and the world will not survive another winter like this. Then she revealed a place, an ancient ground where the power of the world was the strongest. If the living could bring the others there, they might strike a blow that would force them back for generations. Not victory forever, but survival for an age. The journey was long. The land itself felt older there. Faces carved into weirwoods watched with hollow eyes. The air trembled with old magic. Even the giants walked gently, as if afraid to disturb something sacred. The children performed a ritual to draw the others, quiet, slow, using patterns of stone and branch and the blood of northern beasts. They chanted day and night. The world began to hum, and the darkness heard. The others came, not rushing, not screaming, moving with the cold itself. Behind them rose the dead, countless dead. The living made their stand between the trees, and the second battle began. This was not like Silver Hill. This was the world deciding if it wished to continue. The dead swarmed. Giants crushed them but fell under icy strikes. The children sang again, calling the roots to bind the corpses. Men fought until their arms bled, but the others pushed closer, step by step. The last hero saw an other moving toward the heart of the battle. He ran toward it, his obsidian dagger shaking in his hand. The cold pierced his lungs. When their blades met, the obsidian cracked but did not break. He struck, and the other shattered like frozen glass. A wave of fallen dead collapsed with it. Not all, but enough. The line of the others faltered for the first time. The children seized the moment. Their voices changed. Their magic turned from calling to commanding. The earth responded with violent force, roots tearing upward, snow turning to glassy shards, magic running wild through the ground. The forest screamed, but the others were pushed back. Not all, not forever, but for enough. In the days that followed, when the first true dawn in memory rose, the survivors gathered. They knew now that the others could return, and if they did, the world would not survive a second long night. So the three peoples forged a new plan, a wall not of wood or stone alone, but of magic woven into the very land. The giants carried great blocks of ice and stone. The first men built foundations, towers, and fortifications. The children carved symbols of power into every layer. Year after year, in endless twilight, they built. The others tested the wall once, touching the ice, searching for weakness. The magic burned cold, and they withdrew. When the final spell was cast, the long night ended. The sun rose higher, the snow thinned, the world breathed again. The children stepped away, their work complete. The giants returned to their mountains. The first men took watch upon the wall, calling themselves the Night's Watch. The world began to forget, but the wall remained, a silent witness, a reminder, and the border between the living world and the sleeping winter beyond. This was the end of the long night, and the beginning of the Song of Ice and Fire.
Dear viewer, thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe so you won't miss the next part. And tell me in the comments, what did you think of this story? What would you like to see in the next episode?